someone or something crawling around out here. Deal!
Hello?
Monster Quest.
Today we come to Hummelstown, PA to talk to Dr. Owens, a specialist in feral children, a psychologist, around field study specialist, and we're arriving at his house right now. Now I should warn you, he's a little bit of a funny man in himself doing all of his research. Not really sure where his degrees are from, but we might see a feral child today. Dr. Owens' house. Hi, Great Home Wrecker.
How do you do?
How are you doing today, Mr. Owens?
Professor Owens, how's your service?
Alright, let's go in. Hi, welcome to Monster Quest. Today we have a specialist in feral children, Dr. Owens. He will be describing us a case study that he was involved in with a feral child. Welcome, Mr. Owens.
How do you do?
Alright, could you tell us a little bit about feral children and what they do and exactly where they're from?
Why, certainly. A feral child is a child that has grown up outside of the normal living conditions of a human child. It grows up without any parental or human supervision, under the supervision not of a human or parent, but of a feral wild animal.
Where did you first come about these feral children?
Well, the first time I saw feral children in the person was when I was walking around in the fenlands of Bulgaria. Now let me tell you about that a little bit. I was out on an expedition there researching for one of my many papers on local anthology. On my expedition there, we're coming across the den of
Excuse me.
a few local wolves. As we approached the den of the wolves, me and my people noticed something strange, noticed something a little bit different about these wolves. They're very docile, very accepting of human behavior. We walked over. What do we see? Yeah, they're about me straight on the ground. I see a little beautiful baby boy laying there in the middle of the cave, surrounded by all the different wolves of the area. And we said, what is this little boy doing here? Well, sure as heck, the wolves have been raising that child as if the child was one of their own. So
you're telling me they can learn and develop. You're telling me they can learn and
what
develop.
is he doing there? Is that where he's supposed to be? No.
You're telling me that these children can develop and grow up in packs of animals and even by themselves, being secluded from human beings?
Yes.
Is that rational to say?
Yes.
Is that rational to say?
It's probably the most rational thing I've ever said before in my life. You see, the thing is, once we got in the cave, the child acted as if he's any other child grown up, except he was a wolf. Nah! He growled at us like he was a little wolf. Why did he do that?
You know, I'm a little skeptical on these accusations you have on feral children. Could you explain where you got your degree and where you could make such an assumption about feral children?
Well, I didn't get my degree exactly, how you say I got it. I got my degree through my own studies. You see, I have my own research center in my house, and I got my degree through a long period of time of sitting and studying the research. You see, through that, I've granted myself my own PhD.
Could you elaborate on a recent study you've been going with a feral child?
Well, you see, me and some of my constituents have been very busy in my own personal research center studying and gaining knowledge on a local feral child in the area.
From what area, exactly?
Pennsylvania area.
But do you think that it's right to bring these feral children back into a human population? Couldn't there be dangers for these human children to come back where they could potentially hurt anyone around them, not ever being around humans?
Absolutely. However, I do not advocate that. I say let the children stay where they are. How about that for a change, huh? I say a feral child wants to live in an area where he is most comfortable with, where he has adapted as a child. I say keep him there. You know, that's where he learns. To bring him back into contemporary society, that is a travesty on its own.
Do you really want to bring these feral children from the wild, where they were never taught laws from humanity, and then bring them back in just to what? Damage us?
I absolutely do not want to do that. I want to leave the children out in the jungles where they belong. The feral children learn to adapt with other animals. They become an animal. There's no such thing as a feral child. Once that child has been raised by an animal, it becomes that animal.
Now, Mr. Owens, we've been told recently that you've actually been observing a feral child. Is that true?
True as the sky is blue and the grass is green. I say, I do have a feral child that I have been incorporating into my research.
So we could actually come upon with you to this study?
Maybe. I'd have to warn you first. It's extremely dangerous. The feral child in question that I'm researching has become rabid. He's become hostile to all human contact. Now, do you want to put your camera in cool in that sense of danger? Because if you do, then follow me. But if you're scared of that, then you better stay in the studio.
You know, I think I'm ready to take a challenge. I'll go with you.
You're coming with me then?
Yes.
Well, then away we go. A better question would be, what ain't you gonna see? You're gonna see just about damn near everything.
So how dangerous actually is this?
Oh, very dangerous. We're going into the deep wilderness out here in Pennsylvania. And we're gonna see.
So how did you first come about
Exactly what a feral child looks like.
How did you come about seeing this feral child down in Pennsylvania? It's so close to you. It seems almost like a coincidence, you know? How did you come upon this feral child? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we breaking that out? I thought you said they weren't dangerous. Thought you said they weren't dangerous, Mr. Owens.
We're clearing brush. Now,
We're clearing brush. Is that really why? Yeah, what's the machete?
the feral child.
Now, before we get in here, how safe is this guy? Do you know him very well? Have you been working with him a lot?
Well, I haven't worked very well with the feral child, but the feral child remains very unpredictable. He's grown to trust me, however, that trust is very tenuous.
Would you like to go in first?
Yeah.
I'll hold the machete. I'll hold the machete. Owens, I'll hold the machete. You go ahead and show me before we get in there.
Oh yeah, little boy.
A feral child, I see. A feral child.
Hey, that.
This is a feral child. So this is a feral.
Now study the boy. He looks very feral right now. I took him from the Finlands, the trip I told you about before. Now you see, watch how the child acts. He acts not as a child, but as if he was going to be an animal himself. You have to keep your distance. Now, see, I can get close to him because I have gained the trust of Fairchild, as I stated earlier. But if you get too close to him, he will react violently.
So you're telling me I shouldn't get close to the feral child because you only know him the best?
Yes.
So it'd be dangerous if I touched the feral child.
Depends where you want to touch it, man.
Oh, hold on, let me just get a little close. Make sure I keep the distance from... Feral children are dangerous, Mr. Owen! That was a crazy feral child. I thought you said they weren't dangerous. They almost ripped me apart.
The problem is, you broke the one of acting with the feral child. You touched the feral child, you see?
Feral child seemed to be dangerous, actually.
The feral child was docile until you meddled with him.
Docile? He must rip me apart.
He ripped him apart because you messed with the feral child.
Listen, Monster Quest doesn't come here to get hurt. We come to interview and show a little bit about the world, not to come here and get hurt.
Monster Quest is a fool's organization. Who was a fool as a host. You want to act like you didn't do anything?
Listen, I have to conclude that you are very unprofessional. I never want to interview you ever again. PhD and BS, that's what I got to say.
Oh yeah?
You got nothing.
Oh yeah?
Unprofessional. Good riddance! That concludes Monster Quest for today. I learned a lot, and let me tell you, feral children, they're dangerous.